Hi crochet friends, hi small business friends, hi planty friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a part 3 of getting my crochet business set up on Etsy, and it is going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want this to be honest and help you guys if you're setting up an Etsy as well, or just, you know, to join along for the full ride, not just the easy parts. So I'm going to take you guys along with me today and do some updating and then just some other stuff that needs to get done. First things first, and I know it's an update that you all have been waiting for, I'm sure of it. It is my business cards and my thank you cards for my packaging from Canva. So I did already open them because I received the box and it said received damaged on it twice. It was stamped on there, so I was really nervous, and they left it outside on a rainy day, so I didn't know if that had something to do with it. The box was wet, so I was really nervous, but everything's okay. So I did open them already and check and make sure they were okay so I could report it if they weren't. But I'm happy to say they are okay, and this is the little box that each one came in. So they came in a big box together, and then these boxes inside, so it's very cute. Is that upside down? What's going on? It says we're on a mission to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Scan this code to find out more, which I haven't done. But let's see the business cards. So my light is very bright, so it's kind of washing them out a little bit. The color of the font is a little bit light, so it might appear kind of hard to see on camera, but in person, it's really not that hard in my opinion. I mean, I am young and I think I do need glasses, but maybe in the future I would do a little bit of a darker font over here, but just know that it doesn't look as subtle as it is on camera. There's those, and then these came in this larger box. Aw, they're so cute. She ain't moving. Oh my gosh, they're a little bit bigger than I thought they would be, but that's my fault because I didn't measure or look at the measurements at all. But I think they are really cute. And on the back it says, thank you for supporting my small business, and it has my other information. But yeah, I think they're adorable. So really happy with that. The prints turned out great. The coloring is great. The feel is nice. I'm happy. So this will probably sit on my desk here and be ready for when I need to ship orders. Next update that I'm sure you guys have also been wondering about because you're so invested, I hope, is I'm looking at it right here. My photo box came that I ordered in one of my previous videos, and I want to kind of show you guys what it looks like and some of the photos that I took with it and kind of what I think about it. We are in vlog mode now, people. And I'm going to show you the photo box. So this is the photo box, and I got the 24 by 24, I believe. I will link it down below. So the brand is Releno, and I didn't even realize, but it's the same brand as my aggressive light. So I like this light, and I think they're a good brand. I like the box too. So basically the box comes flat. So if you're wondering if you can store it easily, you can. And then you kind of push all the sides up, and there's Velcro on each side. So it goes together like that. And then it comes with a few different colored panels. So right now I have the white up. And then these sides are metallic-y to really reflect the light. So I got some good photos with the photo box. At first I was really impressed, and I was like, this is great. What I do like about it is the lighting is good. You can, you know, take front view shots and overhead shots, which I need. And this opens up to be the overhead shots. And then the front, there's also a panel that opens up. But what I don't love is that this is Velcro. So whenever I am using plushies around it, which would be all the time, they do get caught sometimes if I'm not careful. And then also my pants or my shirt will get caught on this. It's not super sticky Velcro where it's like really bad snags, but if you were wearing like a knit sweater, it would snag, you know? That's one thing I don't really like. And then the other thing I don't really like is it's so bright. So it does have a dimmer on it. That's nice, but even the lowest setting is so bright that it kind of washes out the colors on my plushies. I'll put up some comparison photos and they just look a little bit washed out. And like you can kind of edit that out, but at the end of the day, it looks more edited because it's so much light that I prefer like a little bit of a softer, warmer light just like daylight, just to make it look more natural. So overall, the photo box is as described, and I wasn't disappointed with it in a way that was like, it wasn't what I ordered or it wasn't what I expected. Like honestly, it's a really good option, but I found something a little better. So the photo on the left is the moose, and that is the photo in the photo box. I edited it a little bit to like make the warmth, I think like add a little bit of warmth and a little bit of brightness, I think. And you can see the blanket looks almost a little grainy, and I think it's just because the light is so much. And then the photo on the right is actually, I laid a blanket down inside my living room by the windows and took a photo there, and it actually turned out really like evenly bright, soft lighting, but still good light, if that makes sense. Like the blanket doesn't look grainy. I also edited this photo to turn up the brightness. I don't think I needed to add warmth because it was just kind of natural light. The photo box lighting is like fluorescent light, so it's a little bit stark. Yeah, honestly, I had tried this option of laying the white blanket down in my living room already. Like I tried that in the very beginning, but I didn't have the white blanket that I ordered from Amazon. I had like an old white blanket, and it was just dirty and it wasn't making the pictures look good. So I thought that it was just the lighting, and then once I tried it with the new blanket, I think I realized it was more the blanket. I took these new photos with the new blanket on kind of like a cloudy winter day, and they turned out fine, so I'm sure they'll be good in the summer as well. And I think that's the option I'm going to use moving forward. Things that I do like about the photo box is that like it's a designated place, so like I would just leave it somewhere, come take photos, and like leave it assembled all the time. The blanket is kind of in the way, like I can't leave it in my living room laying out in the floor, so I would have to, you know, reassemble the photo area every time I want to take photos, kind of like that. That's a downfall, but the photos just feel more natural and look more natural to me. And I really don't like the Velcro on the photo box. Like it already has dog hair all over it, and that's annoying because I want to return this, so I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do. But like, I don't know if you saw in the clips, but like my sweater kept getting stuck to it, and like the blanket that I used to like lay in there was getting stuck to it, and it's just like a bit hard to maneuver around that. So that's another downfall. I want to show you guys some of the plushies that I've worked on this week. I haven't done like as many as I feel like I usually do, but I had a few days where I was like really tired and I didn't want to crochet, and I'm also in a weird spot right now because I did order the Mama Made Minis pattern book, and I was gonna purchase a bunch of her patterns on Etsy until I realized that some of the ones I actually wanted were in the book and not on Etsy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the book. So I ordered it, I think it's been a week now, and it said it shipped a few days ago, but there's no tracking. So I emailed them. I don't know what's going on with it, but basically I don't wanna buy new patterns because I have a huge pattern book on the way, but I'm also like just kind of sitting here waiting, and I don't wanna use my yarn stash to like crochet things I've already made. I want to use it to crochet new things so I can take new photos of new plushies and make new content and new Etsy listings. So that's just where I'm at right now. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't remake old patterns that you already have, like obviously do that. But I think like right now, since I'm trying to build my Etsy and product listings, I need to make new ones. I've been like waiting, and then I'm like, is this silly to wait? I'm like wasting so much good crochet time. So anyway, I didn't do a ton of crocheting this week, but I am excited about the things that I've made. The first one is a custom for someone on Facebook. She messaged me and wanted a horse and wanted it to, ignore the yarn tail, I still have to cut it out. Wanted it to kind of look like her horse that passed away, which is so sweet, and I'm so like honored to help cherish that memory of her horse. So it was, I sent her a picture of the pattern maker's like stuffy, and I said it would look like this, and she actually wanted me to do black mane and tail because that's what her horse had. And I told her I could probably do a darker body color if I could find the yarn, because I've been having the craziest time finding this terracotta color, which I was able to, so I did that. And then I also customized the little pattern on the forehead, which I didn't tell her I was doing, so I'm hoping that it's okay and that she likes it. The one that I sent her originally had like a full white just cut out like between the eyes. But the photo that she sent me of her horse, we never really discussed it being like fully customized to look like her horse. She just said, can you do a black mane and tail? I offered to change the body color. So I don't think that she was expecting this, but he does have like a kind of almost like a diamond shape, but it juts out a little bit to one side in the photo. And then there's also like a very tiny white dot at the bottom. So I tried to emulate that as best I could, and honestly I feel like it's pretty decent, so I hope that she's gonna like it. She was gonna pick it up yesterday, but we had the big snowstorm in the Midwest, so I'm holding on to this guy a little longer. And all of the pattern creators will be linked in my description. It's a little hard for me to remember like their names off the top of my head when I'm talking, so if you're ever wondering, just check the description. And then the next one is this little tiny duck snuggler. So he's not plush, he's not stuffed, and he is so tiny. Maybe one of the, well, definitely one of the smallest snugglers I've made, but I thought it was like a cute idea because it's getting springy out and I haven't made a small one like this. I also like that like when you lay him down, his feet are like up in the air. Like when you take photos, it's really cute like that. And that's different than like other snugglers I've done where they have like the knotted legs, or the ducks have like the feet that like hang down. So I think that's cute. I definitely struggled with this one. I don't know like why, but to attach the wings, and I always struggle a bit with the head to get it on straight. Typically, whichever direction I start sewing in, it will pull the head to face that way. And no matter how many times I pull it back the other way, it like when I'm done sewing it, it's usually a bit crooked. So if you have tips on that, I would love it. I also need tips for like safety eye placement. I don't know why, but I have the hardest time with safety eye placement. Like when I put them in the spots that they're in and look at it, it looks fine. And then when I put the backs on like and make it tight, all of a sudden they're like crooked. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They're always a stitch off once I attach the beak. Like I have no idea. So if you have tips, please let me know. And then I think this one's my favorite. I love the color. So it's like a kind of like a pastel bright purple, like a springy purple, and it's a bunny. It is the Mama Made Minis pattern, so I'm kind of contradicting myself because I said I wasn't gonna like buy any of her patterns because I have the book on the way, and then I realized that I literally already bought the bunny pattern and just never made it. I was going through my Etsy just to see if I had old patterns that I hadn't made yet so I could like make them. And I saw this and I was like, oh my god, am I crazy? Like I ended up making this one. I also made a pink one, but I think like the nose needs to be redone on the pink one, and kind of the same problem I just mentioned with the eyes. Like they're a little bit crooked on that one. I also don't have an 8mm hook, and the pattern calls for the head to be done in the 7mm and the body and ears and arms to be done in 8mm, and all I have is the 6.5. So I did the first one without realizing that kind of until the end. I did the whole thing in 6.5, and I do crochet a little bit tight, which I didn't realize. So it's like a little bit smaller than I thought it was gonna be, which obviously, and it's just a little bit stiffer. And so this one I tried to specifically loosen up like the body, arms, and ears because I was supposed to be using a larger hook, but I didn't realize how much I actually like the texture better as well because it's like a little bit more flexible. And it just feels a little bit softer or plusher than like the tight crochet stitches. So I do like that on this one as well. I changed up the nose style on this one than the other one. I like this nose style better, although it is crooked. So just give me tips to make things not crooked, okay? My last update is that I have not been getting any sales on my Etsy. So I believe that I set it up last week in my video, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't remember at this point, but I only put the moose up there, and I mean, obviously I don't think people are really gonna buy if you only have one listing and no reviews for that specific type of what you're selling. Like I have read a lot of reviews for my cups. That is disappointing, and I mean, like I wasn't expecting to get a bunch of sales, but I'm not getting a ton of traffic either. I mean, I can see that it's promoting it and the algorithm is working and I am getting traffic, but I don't know, maybe I was expecting more. I'm not really sure. So yesterday I went in and I edited my SEO and I changed my keywords and stuff and like my title and everything. So I'll probably do an update on that in my next video to kind of show you guys if it's really changed the traffic flow or not. I'm not really sure, honestly, but I am working on that, and I'm also trying to do like more videos on my Instagram because videos are, you know, the algorithm promotes like reels more than just a standstill post. So expect that. And if you guys are not following me over on my Instagram, I'm just Loops with Linz over there as well, and I would really appreciate it. It would help me so much. Same with subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. I really am trying to get monetized on YouTube, which I know like some people might be like, why do you care, and like just do it for fun. But like reality at the end of the day is like, I don't feel good about hobbies unless I can monetize them, which is really weird to say, but like I end up just feeling like I can't spend any money on the hobby unless I make money on the hobby. I feel guilty for spending the money on them, and like I'm just already pretty frugal, so that's kind of the way that I like let myself have hobbies, is if I can make money off of it. Now YouTube, I already have the equipment and everything, but like it would be my dream to do something creative full-time, like a YouTube channel, crocheting, running my Etsy, versus more in the corporate space. So if you guys can subscribe, it would really help me. I've already reached my goal of watch hours, but I do need that to be within 365 days, and some of my more popular videos are expiring from a year ago in a few weeks here, and that means just as I'm about to hit my subscriber count, my watch hours are going to go back down, and it's going to be really frustrating. But I know that obviously I wasn't consistent posting on my plant channel for a year, and I'm changing niches and topics, so it is what it is. But you guys can help a girl out. You can subscribe, you can like this video. It would help me so much, and my dream to run a crochet Etsy and a crochet YouTube channel. That is the updates for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.